everyone, welcome back to Social Club. We've had a wonderful Christmas period. What are we going to CG your face in or something?
Just reading.
Yeah? You're almost as close to the paper as Phil Coutinho. What's that doctored photo of him watching the Merseyside derby? Anyway, yes, Stayhausen joins me, Ped joins me, I'm Paul Machin. This is the Social Club up north for this week, where we talk about all the biggest and most interesting things happening around world footy with northern accents.
And we've got socks.
And we've got socks and appropriately lengthed jeans on, which always makes a difference, mainly to the warmth of your ankles. But past that, I don't really know. We're going to be taking your questions via the comment section.
Foot. What? Past your ankles, surely it's your foot. Sorry.
Really?
Yeah.
Feel that was funny? Let us know in the comments. Yeah, we're going to be coming to you in the YouTube comments if you're watching this live in a moment. Ross, hi Ross.
Hi.
Excellent, perfect, dynamite input. We're going to come to you in a minute. We've got some questions from Twitter. We're going to start quickly with the topic that would have been much bigger on the agenda if it wasn't for those pesky transfers getting in the way. Jose Mourinho and Antonio Conte have been having the equivalent of the conversation that Rey and Kylo Ren have in The Last Jedi. They've been having an argument from across the country.
Which one was bare-chested?
Which I reckon probably Conte, if I'm honest. Why do you think Mourinho would be the...
No, Conte's more of a sunbed merchant, I reckon.
I agree.
And Klopp's Jar Jar Binks.
Jar Jar Binks?
Jar Jar Binks.
Jar Jar Binks.
Jar Jar Binks.
Yeah. What's been your take on this? Because doubtless you will be in Jose Mourinho's corner.
Funnily enough, I am, actually, Paul. I'm glad you asked me. I mean, I wavered a little bit, but I'm going to have to come down firmly. And I think it's a storm in a teacup. I honestly think it's the press making a mountain out of a molehill, to be honest. Yeah. Jose throws out, I don't have to jump around like a clown. Could have been talking about Klopp.
I think he was, though, about Klopp.
Probably was. Conte decided that was a dig at him, obviously feeling a little bit guilty, like, hey, I jump up and down on a touchline like a clown. Is he talking about me? He'd text the bait, hook, line and sinker. And actually, if you look at the press conferences with Jose, he's probably the most relaxed he's been in months, and he's sort of just toying with it, I think. But Conte's biting like a champ. So while someone's biting, you've got to just keep feeding them, haven't you?
Mourinho, look, we know this about Mourinho, and every time I see the media bite on something Mourinho says, it winds me up because, and I feel like the media are starting to get more savvy to it, because inevitably it's deflection. It always comes out whenever his team's not performing. He comes out and he just does something, and I think he's just cast a line out there and gone, see what happens. Someone's bitten, he's gone, yes, perfect. Right, we won't have people talking about Man United and me performances and blah, blah, blah. We'll get them talking about me and Conte having this back and forth. Now, I think he's got a bit far, because when you start bringing up like the match fixing stuff, I mean, what do you mean?
I think Conte took it darker first. He starts talking about senility and all that.
Well, no, don't be drinking the Mourinho Kool-Aid on this one, because look.
I'm in the queue.
No, because I think that's decent from Conte in return. I'm not saying you're not trivialising dementia, by the way, but to say you've got a bit senile means that is to imply that. Have you all of a sudden forgot that you have knee slid on the touchline celebrating that Mourinho's done just as much stuff as Conte's in the past? Maybe just that his knees aren't what he wants to wear.
Have you watched Conte on the sideline?
Yeah.
Right.
It's more.
He could have been talking about Pep as well, to be honest, because he's tweaked out like a madman as well on the touchline.
Yeah, screaming in
players' faces. There's a lot of mental managers, to be fair, isn't there?
Yeah, but this is the thing. There's the hypocrisy. This is the point of it. The hypocrisy. Mourinho's not soft. He's well aware of what a bad hypocrite he's being, because he was doing it before these guys were doing it as a manager.
Yeah, but you've just said it. It's all deflection, isn't it? And you said you'd. It's funny because you said you think the media would get onto it. The media are not asked. It's a story, isn't it? It's a story. The media go. It's like the media go down and tell, "Oh, have you heard what he said? Have you heard what he said?" And it all plays into each other, and it is all deflection on all sides, isn't it? To stop them talking about, if someone doesn't want to talk, Man United's getting beaten in the cup or whatever, or, it's just a game that we seem to have found. It's like in wrestling, isn't it? Yeah. When they just want to move from one main event to the next one. Yeah. Oh, this is just. I'm waiting for a run-in.
I want a run-in in a press conference. I want a chair shot from Conte to the back of Mourinho's head. I want to see how he handles that. Here's the question, because
that doesn't happen enough in football. Other managers turning up at other managers' press conferences.
That should make it better.
This is what happens.
I want it now.
Well, this happened in the build-up to Survivor Series. You had Raw and SmackDown invading the other ones.
Exactly.
Was it what was it called? Was it Williams that turned up at David A one?
This is the stuff.
I reckon they should start making them do post-match press conferences together in the same room.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
Imagine that, like on the same stage.
Why don't we do that?
Yeah, on the same stage.
I thought it was a pen. Well, I didn't. Well, fuck you.
Well, come on then. We'll straighten this now.
Instantly better press conferences.
Mourinho picks up a table.
Sky, do you want views?
They're telling you, man, this is what's going to happen.
Call me. I mean, I've just given you my idea, but call me anyway.
Call me just to say hello. If you can bring, don't bring Jamie Carragher this time.
Kieran Russell-Crowe.
No, here's the thing. Here's what I want to know, because I've seen this on your Twitter. I've seen people suggesting like who would win in a physical fight. I want to know your opinions.
Yeah.
Antonio Conte versus Mourinho, street fight.
Conte's Italian, for God's sake. They know all the dark arts.
I don't know.
Do you think
loves a bit of
Mourinho?
No, I don't think he's tough. He's a thick dude.
Mourinho would hire somebody.
He's thick, isn't he?
He's thick.
He's thick. He's like a thick guy.
Mourinho would hire somebody.
I think he'd glass you.
Mourinho strikes me more.
And everything in it.
Who? Mourinho?
Yeah, he's
like Begbie in a train spot and just throw it over.
Yeah.
Who's glass this week, girl?
Yeah, there's no Mourinho's not an intimidating.
He's hiding someone.
Is he? Exactly, that's what I mean. He's sniding it. He's shooting
Broken
someone. He's the kind of person who'd shoot someone in the back of the head, isn't he? Let's be perfectly honest when they're not looking.
Are we calling him a snide?
He's a bad snide, but here's the thing. I've seen some people tweeting in around you, and I've thoroughly enjoyed Man United Twitter for a few weeks. It's been great.
But I was going to talk about this when you mentioned that earlier. Actually, we said Man United Twitter, Arsenal Twitter, Liverpool Twitter. Do you ever see anyone you've ever met going off on these mental tangents that you always seem to find with football
Twitter? People are
Twitter?
on social media, mate. I did a video on my channel about how footy Twitter's dead and it's full of arseholes because they all keep out the woodwork. And I don't think they necessarily support the teams that they're talking about. People have some extreme views, and unfortunately, Twitter's where you find other arseholes with the same views as you. But I'm seeing you guys, your fans melting down, like talking about sacking the manager and blah 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 because you drew a game and you lost the game of footy. It's hilarious. But I saw people suggesting that like, there's no way Mourinho would destroy Conte. Antonio Conte would kill Jose Mourinho in a fight. He's dead. He's actually bigger than Mourinho. He's got an inch on Mourinho.
What sort of skill sets do they have, though? We need to know this.
Well, he's an athlete. He's a former athlete for a start, and Mourinho isn't.
He was just not as
he could just translate what they were saying.
Yeah, exactly. He could write a great dossier on
Mourinho would try and pull Conte's hair out, and it wouldn't get very far.
Or he would just get it put back in again, wouldn't he?
Yeah, he would whip it off, and then Conte, from embarrassment, panic. Maybe. Game changer.
No.
Mental side of the game, Mourinho's top on, isn't it?
Yeah, so the build-up to the fight would be great, but it would be one of those fights where Conte would have him knocked out in the first round.
Have we decided that, though, that press conferences need to happen together?
Yeah, if you
and you also need
the press conferences should happen together. Drop a like on this video.
Yeah, I want to get rid of all this nonsense when they go, oh, yeah, we're playing so-and-so this week. They're a good side. It's very hard to beat them. They're not! They're shit! Say they're shit! Yeah, and go and beat them!
It was the people who... It was...
Doesn't happen, does it?
I saw it happen the other day when someone asked Son about his goal. Like, he scored that worldie, didn't he? And someone said, like, was it a good goal? And he went, oh, it was a good goal, but it's important to win for the team. I was like, no, shut up. Yeah. It was you know what? I caught that sweet as fuck. What a strike that was. You know what? I'm looking forward to watching that one back again because that was amazing.
This is why
celebrate yourselves.
This is why I love Zlatan. Because he would just go, yeah, and only Zlatan can do that.
He'd just break his knee.
Wonder what he'd be like as a manager then. Zlatan press conferences as a manager.
I think he'd be amazing.
I think he's... I don't think he's anywhere near as amazing.
I think he'd walk in with a deer over his shoulder that he just shot.
Nude, obviously.
Yeah.
Fluffed up a bit, but not obviously.
Well, I mean, depends.
Listen, however he chooses to kill the animal is down to him. We're going to
walking nude with a flaccid knob, are you? I mean,
just quickly,
out of respect.
Just quickly for Twitter. Mark Ellison, _Ellison says, good to see the return of Ball Street North, where a coffee means Nescafe with milk, not a skinny frapper with sprinkles.
In a mug.
Are white,
in a mug and all.
Or black. And trousers are worn full length with socks. Now, Steve's got blue, but you at least got Adidas on, mate, and you've got black socks on, that's fine. We're going to get to your questions, so keep them coming in the comments section. Turkey Fish 15, who's your favourite player to play for your club who never met their potential? Can be a failed signing or youth player. For me as a Liverpool fan, it's Danny Pacheco. Any suggestions you want to throw up there?
I mean, in the immediacy, Falcao. In the bit more medium term,
Juan Sebastian Veron.
Exactly. I remember being double excited when I saw on teletext he was coming in.
Were you booking a holiday at the same time?
No. I had it on hold. And when he came back off the page...
He's got up!
He was playing Bamboozle.
Go on, Pep.
There's unfailed potential. There's so many. Ross Barkley. He failed.
Oh, Ross. Interesting enough, we have a question around that. Sent in by Chris Pajak at Mr. Blood Red. Who's the biggest snake, Coutinho or Barkley?
Or Van Dijk.
It's not the question.
Probably should be Van Dijk.
I think it should be an option.
Should be Van Dijk. Who's the biggest snake? Coutinho for doing the bit in the mail.
Barkley?
No.
It's defo Barkley.
It's not Barkley.
No,
Listen,
it's defo Barkley.
Barkley said all along what was happening. We knew all along.
And I'm sorry, but...
I've known for months.
Coutinho's played, he's not played.
He's cost you 20 million quid by not signing in the summer.
He hasn't cost us 20 million.
And you've paid him for that.
He wasn't going for what they priced. No, I agree.
He was going for 35
I agree
million
on those points. I agree on those points, but I just
So he's basically screwed his boyhood club out of 20 million quid for no reason other than it maybe got him a few more bob to move.
We don't know their facts. We don't know, do we? You're just throwing out. Well, Coutinho.
Isn't that what we do?
Coutinho with all these injuries.
But listen, Coutinho is injured.
Of course he is.
Barcelona.
Was he injured in August?
Apparently so.
Apparently so, as it wasn't.
Who knows?
He was sitting in a room watching the derby with terrible, terrible shoes on.
He was terrible shoes.
Terrible shoes on.
And what looked like a micro dress.
Yeah.
Sweater dress, yeah.
And a fake wife.
It's definitely his wife.
Definitely not his wife. Not having that. Fake wife. Covering for something there. I'm telling you. Fake wife. Fake kids. Midget in disguise.
just on the
Paid
side.
midget.
Marek Mina, it says Conte hair is real. No, it's definitely real.
No, it's not real.
No, it is real.
Well, but it's someone else's.
It's not off his head.
It's not CGI, is it? I mean,
it's
it's not CGI, but it's not real.
But it's not CGI, though, because that would be... You'd have to walk around with green screen behind them all the time.
You could do it. It's got
I mean, imagine that was your job. Walking around with green screen behind someone's head.
Yeah. Oh. Okay.
Would you have to wear one of those all body suits?
Yeah, you have to have a morph suit. And then like a green ballet.
JMO_A says, will Mourinho still be United manager at the start of next season?
No, he'll be the PSG manager.
Of course he will, yeah.
Be PSG manager.
So
I do think it's suspect that Marouane Fellaini's angling for
Well,
a
you know, telling you.
Hang on, did you see that goal this weekend?
Oh,
did you have your pants on?
It was like, no. It was like when you sit down and put like Pez on and play the training mode. That's what the players were there.
It's like playing a child on a football game, is what it was. It was filthy. So many back and forth, no need passes.
Pass.
Yeah.
For Neymar who finishes it, it's that last pass to him that is so unnecessary. That's what makes it beautiful. It's like the unnecessary sweat that they've put into what is an incredible counter-attack.
And when you watch that, you go, this team needs Fellaini.
Yeah.
That's what it needs.
Exactly. But you know, if you were a conspiracy theorist, would you be worried that someone may have had a bet on somewhere for a correct score?
Nah, not for
with
that
a goal like that.
Nah, not for that.
I mean, I wouldn't be saying that.
No comment.
I'm just saying.
But just getting back to the question at hand. You think he will be, you don't think he will. There was an interesting thing that developed in the papers in the last week where all this, the speculation about PSG and the speculation about he might leave is all coming out again because it's all about him basically flexing himself, trying to get, is it Woodward, is he trying to,
I think that's all it is, literally all it is, because there's moves afoot in Manchester with Mourinho and with Woodward, and I think Mourinho wants money for a couple more windows to get lottery winner style spending to try and catch City, and I'm not sure the board want to do that. And I think there's a massive conflict on the horizon, but I don't think it'll come to a head before the start of next season.
Give it to Giggsy for the rest of the season.
Okay. Why can't we give it Carrick? I was just thinking about that on the way up actually. Michael Carrick's probably played his last game, I think.
I mean, that's what you would do. I mean, it's a multi-billion corporation. Just give it to Carrick.
Give it to the most overrated centre midfielder.
I mean, maybe create some
Carrick,
kind of... maybe create some kind of test by giving out, golden tickets and seeing if he drinks the fizzy lifting. No one's going to get that, sorry. I'm an old man.
The Johnny Depp version. Ross, what have you got for us?
CJX45 says, who should your club sign this January? My club needs Coutinho replacement, so I bring in Mahrez.
So, if the Mahrez thing, it makes reasonable sense to me. Just from we've done a video which is going to be going out either today or tomorrow about Coutinho and whether it's harmed Liverpool. We didn't mention Mahrez on there, but I talked about getting someone who's made now is what Liverpool need. But that being said, if Liverpool sold Coutinho and bought Mahrez's replacement, I would be so underwhelmed.
What identical stats? Identical stats.
Oh, Mahrez has got a Premier League winners medal.
Oh yes, identical stats they've got. See, this is the Moneyball thing.
Well, that's maybe what we need.
This is the
Pedigree.
Moneyball thing. If you bought Mahrez, you'd be buying a player at the third of the cost, and he's got pretty much the same stats.
Yeah, we could do a lot worse. I think Liverpool would have to buy two if the Mahrez plus a young, go and steal a march on a young player that some people want.
Bang on, if you've bought Keita, you bring Mahrez in, and you've got Van Dijk out of that one transfer, you've strengthened every position apart from the traffic cone in there.
Absolutely.
And the African nations are in the summer now. You'd be laughing.
Can't wait. Ped, one player. Is it a Man United player?
It is a Man United player.
Oh my God. Well, who's left? Are you getting Fellaini back?
No, we're not.
Luke Shaw.
Luke Shaw it is.
Luke Shaw?
Really?
Yeah, it's on.
Wow.
If you sign a left back, we're signing Luke Shaw.
Okay.
Pretty likely, I think.
Okay.
That, to be fair, I think that's
His arse is huge, and we're going to probably have to stitch two pairs of shorts together. But he probably needs it.
You don't have to worry about European flights for the rest of the season for them and having to get an extra seat. Go on, one sign for United.
I would go with Mahrez as well, in all honesty. I think he adds a bit of balance that right-hand side
what
for
about
us.
the Ozil stuff? Ozil's been getting mentioned.
For me, Ozil's very similar in what he offers as a footballer on the pitch to both Mkhitaryan and Mata. And if we're looking, like we've got Mkhitaryan and Mata in the side, just like I didn't understand going for Danny Rose when we've got Luke Shaw. That wasn't the issue for me. The issue was something a little bit different, some balance in the team. And Mahrez, if we're going for a Premier League guy, is that
Are you not going for Danny Rose? I thought that was nailed on.
I think we wanted him. I think that's probably where it's going to come to a head with Mourinho. I think Mourinho did want Danny Rose, and the board are going, what about Ryan Sessegnon? And he's going,
I would say Ryan Sessegnon right now or Tierney, but I don't think they're within our... I think Session's going, he's going to the top. No, Tottenham.
No, top.
Steve,
top.
Gerrard, Paul is talking shit. We want Mahrez. Who's we? Who's we?
Him and his extended family.
Absolutely.
In the caravan.
Great. Tim, Peds, Mike, distorting like hell, Tom. Get your act together.
It's because you just keep shouting for no reason.
I don't shout at all. It's because I've got a more manly voice than
Ross.
the rest of you.
Best got 14 said if you had £142 million, what would you spend it on? Not who, what.
Liverpool haven't got £142
No,
million pound, no.
who said that? Who said no? If you
But
had
I'm just clearing it up. It's clear that
£142
he is talking about the Coutinho. You haven't got you've got £105 million. I'm just being honest. You'll get the
Maybe
others.
it's just a coincidence he's asking about that much.
When he wins the Olympic medal for pole vault and all these other things he has to do for you to get the rest of the money, then you'll get it.
Okay.
But you'll get it 105 million.
If someone gave you £142 million now, what would you spend it on?
Nothing. I'd put it in the bank and get interest.
That's a boring answer, isn't it?
People are simpletons.
That's a proper
you are
boring
fucking the
answer.
worst. You are the worst.
I'm not the worst.
You should be the best. That should have been a good answer from you, and that was terrible.
It wasn't. It was a good answer.
You have disgraced your own reputation
just
by
because
giving
you
that
want me to sit
shit
here
house
and
of
be
an
the
answer.
most entertaining thing because you can't be here doesn't mean I have to always be. Because I have to always be on. Sometimes I can come out with the intelligent answer. Maybe it's not what you want, but that's just the way it is.
Do you know if you win 100 million, you should be legally obligated to be dead in a year? Shouldn't you? Like, you shouldn't be allowed to be like planning for the future. No, that needs to go back into the economy. 365 days, go.
Go, you've got to spend that. Like a Brewster's
Millions. Yeah.
I don't want to hear about, investments and banking.
Would you invest in your football club?
I would buy a share in Liverpool Football Club that allowed me a sufficient number of shares that allowed me to be privy to all the inner workings and what's happening. But I would happily sign an NDA, which means I'm not allowed to reveal it to anyone.
I've said for years.
Just walk around like this.
Just going.
I've said for years that if I got a substantial amount of money, I would put it into the football club. But the terms of the agreement would be I had to train with the first team every day.
I like that a lot.
If you was buying football clubs, I think I'd buy someone like Droylsden rather than trying to invest. I mean,
That's a lot of hard work. I mean, look at the Salford City thing.
Does it look like hard work? They've just banged money in it and gone up the leagues, haven't
Depends if
they?
you have any good at PowerPoints presentations like Gary Neville.
Yeah,
I wouldn't mind a football club named after myself. You know, like I've got it.
But you have the main stand. You have the club deal.
No bollocks. I've got it on Pro Evo. I've got Mate FC, and it's got my face on the kit. I'd have my face on the badge, but I'd have like double thumbs up.
You could have like Big Face Stand FC or something.
Exactly. That's exactly what I'd have. I'd have all the stands named after me. I'd have the Machin left, the Machin main stand, the Machin cop, and maybe give one to me, or name it after each member of my family or whatever. Like, yeah, absolutely. Face on the pitch, so it's like
massive,
ones that
massive parking spot
get
for
the
yourself.
Get the ground,
obvious, with
get
like
the
Christmas trees on
groundskeeper
it.
from Leicester to mow your face into the pitch.
I think we're on to it.
This is what you do. You don't invest it, bank it.
No, absolutely.
In fact, when you go to collect, if you ever won the Euro Millions, that should be the question of like, there should be a guy with the cheque, because obviously it's a big comedy cheque, innit?
Oh yeah.
You don't ever get it given in a little one. The guy's supposed to say to you, I think, like, what you planning on spending on this? And if you go on banking it, he goes.
Just a claim there
Don't actually get a cheque, by
from
the way.
Transfer Zone that Pep is a proper is a proper middle class man. Talked sense there.
A middle class man. Fucking hell.
No working class man puts it in the bank and accrues the interest, mate.
Dead in a year.
Whoa.
Dead in a year.
Listen, can I just say, as somebody who has got a relative who won the big one on the lottery, you don't ever get the money.
64 quid.
8 million. Yeah, you don't ever get the money. Not properly. You get access to the money, but it doesn't go in your bank account.
Oh, wow.
Oh, it goes in a bank account they make for you.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Ross, one more, please.
Soccer Pop Man says, can Liverpool get top four without Coutinho, or can they get a Coutinho replacement?
Yeah, we made a video about that.
Yeah, so tune in later on. There's a video where we do specifically about that and the harm or good. Make sure you subscribe to the Ball Street channel right now. If you're watching and you're not subscribed,
Steve took his pants off in it, by the way, as well.
Or if that would put you off watching the video, he didn't.
Well, he did. It was to demonstrate.
It's entirely up to you.
Liverpool's
But
lead
subscribe to the
position
Ball
with
Street
his
channel
balls.
if you're there right now and you haven't subscribed. Subscribe right now and get the videos first. We've pre-recorded them, going to go out shortly. Right, we're going to wrap that up there. Sorry, Ross, I know you were desperate. Go on, what were you going to say?
Chris said, what do you not think of VAR and footy?
I'm a big fan of VR.
VR or VAR?
I said VAR.
VR, I'd be well for VR and footy. That'd be amazing.
Absolutely.
On the players.
Gran Turismo's amazing in VR. I'll be up for that.
I wouldn't know. You've selfishly kept it out.
Sad. Yeah, well, you know what? Well, it's going to be being used tonight, isn't it? For the first time, Palace, Brighton. We'll see. We'll maybe do a video on it. I'm sure the guys down south will be up for putting a video off this week.
We'll do a VR video on it.
Let's do a VR video on it. But yeah, other than that, thank you very much, gents. It's been an absolute pleasure. Check out the rest of the social club. I say, subscribe to the Ball Street channel. Do it right now. Drop a like on the video, and we'll be back next week with more Social Club from the South.